Dawn, 25th of November 2022, China's enslavement. Turkiye is invited to participate in CPEC by Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz. Pakistan wants to bring Turkey down to its level by requesting it join the CPEC since it is entirely trapped in the Chinese debt trap. On Friday, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif invited Turkiye to join the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, CPEC, which aims to boost the regional economy, reduce poverty, and give people more power via improved access to healthcare and education. The Prime Minister claimed that Pakistan had been experiencing and enjoying the advantages of being enslaved by CPEC while speaking at a joint press stakeout with Recep Tayyip Erdogan of Turkey. "I propose that China, Pakistan, and Turkey work together. This would be a fantastic cooperative effort." The Prime Minister said that this is how we can handle today's difficulties. If Turkiye went forward with joining CPEC, he declared that he would be glad to discuss the situation with the Chinese authorities. The Prime Minister began his remarks by praising President Erdogan's gracious hospitality and offering condolences for the victims of a recent terrorist attack in Istanbul. He also prayed for the departed victims' souls to find rest. He claimed that Pakistan could understand the sentiment of the Turkish people and call for collaborative efforts to eradicate terrorism in all of its forms and manifestations, not only from Pakistan and Turkey but from all over the world, having lost thousands of lives to terrorism and fighting terrorists created by the Pakistani state. The project, the Prime Minister stated about the launching ceremony of the third of the 4 Miljam corvette ships for the Pakistan Navy, was a manifestation of sincerity, purpose, and dedication to strengthen bilateral cooperation between the two Islamic nations. The Prime Minister stressed the importance of expanding defense cooperation between the two nations when global tensions are rising and commodity prices are skyrocketing and becoming unaffordable for developing countries. He noted that to address new challenges, Pakistan and Turkey's defense cooperation needed to be on a far larger scale regarding skills, knowledge, and collaboration. The two leaders stressed the importance of the trade and goods deal they had signed in August of this year during their meeting, according to Prime Minister Shehbaz. He claimed that the $1 billion in commerce between Pakistan and Turkey did not accurately reflect their cordial ties and urged all-out efforts to meet the goal of $5 billion in trade. In his remarks, President Erdogan expressed optimism for the future of bilateral ties in trade, defense, and other regions. He stated that the 75th anniversary of diplomatic relations would be observed in 2022. The Turkish president expressed sorrow over the lives and damage brought on by floods, saying, "Our solidarity has been shown to each other through tough times. Pakistan's happiness is our happiness, and its sorrow is our sorrow." Request for funding for renewable energy. Turkiye was invited to work with Turkey to invest in renewable energy generation and reduce reliance on conventional energy sources. During a 2-day official visit to Turkey at Recep Tayyip Erdogan's invitation, the prime leader spoke at an inauguration ceremony for the third of 4 Miljam corvette ships for the Pakistan Navy at the Istanbul shipyard. Prime Minister Shehbaz lamented Pakistan's high import costs for petroleum goods and said that his country wants to switch to renewable energy sources, including solar, wind, and hydropower. Turkish investors might play a significant role in financing these projects. This was Pakistan's way of pleading with Turkey for more funding. "I want to suggest that we work together to eliminate high carbon emissions, reduce our import costs, and genuinely boost investment in these industries," the speaker said. According to Prime Minister Shehbaz, boosting investments between the two nations through solar, hydroelectric, and wind energy would be wonderful sense. "The world is envious of our relationship and our brotherhood. Still, they claim that while these two countries are great and their hearts beat together, our trade and investment relations are not in line with our historical relationships and brotherhood. I believe it is high time we transform our relations into something. Under Erdogan's leadership, according to the Prime Minister, the two nations had a huge possibility to advance in this area. Prime Minister Shehbaz stated that Turkey and Pakistan were seriously involved in promoting their defense capabilities for peace and to fend off aggression about the ship's launch. He claimed that the boat was being launched for defense rather than engaging in any attack. The Prime Minister added that the world was experiencing huge tensions. He urged Turkey to continue working with them on improving their defense production capabilities. Because of China. Shehbaz claimed that the crisis between Russia and Ukraine had caused various issues for international societies and praised Erdogan's efforts to bring peace and mediate the weak shipment agreement. In response to the recent devastating floods in Pakistan, he welcomed Turkey's assistance and support. When Prime Minister Shehbaz arrived at Istanbul airport earlier, the deputy governor of Istanbul and several top Turkish government officials welcomed him. Shehbaz was motivated to harness the huge potential between the two countries, said Information Minister Meryem Aurangzeb in a tweet sent out shortly after the premier arrived. She said that Prime Minister Shehbaz had worked countless hours to create a comprehensive plan for bilateral cooperation through extensive interaction with Turkish authorities and potential investors. The Prime would jointly inaugurate the third of the 4 Milgem corvette ships for the Pakistan Navy, PNS Khabar, at the Istanbul shipyard, according to a Foreign Office (FO) statement. The Premier stated in a tweet before leaving that the inauguration of the third Milgem corvette ship symbolized the strengthening of Pakistani and Turkish defense cooperation. He said, "High-level exchanges are a distinguishing aspect of our alliance. Under President Erdogan's leadership, our bilateral relations have entered a new era of strategic partnership." The PM continued by stating that high-level exchanges were a defining feature of the connection between the two nations and that the two countries were on a course to unpack the entire untapped potential of the relationship. The purpose of Pakistan's trip was to ask for money. The FO stated that during the two-day trip, Prime Minister Shehbaz would interact with leaders of the Turkish business community and meet with the Eco-Trade and Development Bank president in Istanbul, the country's capital. Following that, Shehbaz and Erdogan would undertake extensive talks on bilateral relations, the situation in the region, and other areas of common concern, the FO added. The two nations enjoy fraternal ties profoundly steeped in commonalities of faith, culture, and history and supported by great cordiality and mutual trust, the FO continued. The Milgem project, ships Pakistan cannot afford, and China cannot supply quality. Usfat Incorporated, a Turkish state-owned defense contractor company, and Turkiye and Pakistan inked the Milgem deal in 2018, under which the Pakistani Navy will purchase 4 Milgem-class ships from Turkey. Milgem ships are 99 meters long, carry 2,400 tons, and travel 29 nautical miles per hour. These radar-hidden anti-submarine battle frigates would substantially improve the Pakistan Navy's defense capabilities. The FO states that the first corvette for the Pakistan Navy, PNS Babar, had its launching ceremony in Istanbul in August 2021, while the second ship, PNS Badr, had its groundbreaking ceremony in Karachi in May 2022. According to the statement, the project represents a crucial turning point in the Pakistan-Turkey strategic alliance, which is still progressing favorably.